Good morning, students and staff. Wanted to take a couple of minutes and talk to you about a meeting that I just had with my staff, talking a little bit about what our priorities are. And our priorities are keeping people safe and keeping them in school. And why are we talking about this right now? Well, I've had a couple of situations just in the last day or two where I've had to tell kids to go home due to a possible exposure that they've had with either their parents or siblings. And I can tell you it's tough. And I don't want that for you. I also don't want to be looking at mandatory virtual training for everyone where we are all online and at home because it does not appeal to hardly anyone. And it wouldn't be like last spring where some people were on, some people were off. Everybody would be mandatorily on, and it would be tough for everyone, and it's not certainly ideal. So we're making some changes. We're going to try to improve things, and why are we doing this, and who are we doing this with? Ultimately, we want to keep people safe. We want to definitely continue with face-to-face learning, and we also want to lessen the chance that students would be required to quarantine if one of their peers got the virus. So I've asked all of my staff, my associates, my teachers, my custodians to help do their part. You know that we've done a bunch of things already as far as the cleaning structure, the organizational structure of the building, the lunchroom, and that kind of thing. But we're going to do some additional things starting here in the next day or so. And I just wanted you to be aware. So, first off, as determined by your teachers, for now, we will be adjusting seating in each of the classrooms to get as much space as we can, and we can spread out. Most of your classrooms are already in that situation, but there was some tweaks that we could do, and we're asking all of your teachers to do that here as soon as possible. Please try to keep things spread out as much as possible, and do your part. Also, students, you're going to be seated in a similar pattern in your classes. Uh, Based on a seating chart. Your teachers will be providing me those seating charts. Basically, we're going to ask your Oreo teachers to organize the seating, and then the other teachers will follow suit for that. This will help in minimizing the number of kids that would be exposed if we do have a case, and we haven't yet, and lessen the number of kids that would have to be quarantined in that event. If you can imagine this, if you sit by three kids in first period, and then you go to second period and you sit by three different kids, and then you sit by three or four different kids in third period, in short order, if one of those kids was exposed, that would mean that 8 or 9 kids would have to be quarantined. And if we do a similar seating arrangement, that would only be about 3 kids. So it would uh, increase the chances of people being able to stay in that face-to-face school like we are right now. And ultimately, that's what we want to do. Students, you need to do your part and stay face forward and not be leaning over to your neighbors in the classroom. I've walked into a number of classrooms where I've had kids turned around right in the face of somebody in front of them or behind them, and I think everybody can do their part and make sure that that's not the case. Also, in the hallways, we're going to put some tape on lockers, leave it there, and then use that just as a way to space if you do need to stand outside somebody's classroom and wait for them to finish their instruction. That way, you're spread out and you understand a little bit more about the spacing. It would be or will be similar to what we have already set up in the lunchroom and in that hallway, because it just makes sense that you're not in as close to quarters, and that's kind of one of the things that I've struggled with, because you have a tendency to bunch up, and I know you want to talk to your friends and all that stuff, and we're not trying to limit that, but realistically, if we can spread you out, things will be much better. I was thinking about the things that we've already implemented, and are they ideal? No, I understand that, and I know you want to hang with your friends, and we've been programmed in schools to pretty much do our cooperative learning and our close contact with other students for 5, 6 years, and now we're having to take a step back and not be able to do that. It's hard for you. It's hard for teachers. I know that those cooperative learning pods that we have used for years, to not have that, that's been some quite a readjustment for some teachers. And do we feel like it's ideal? No. Do we want to be face to face? Yes, absolutely. So just remember that we're trying to make the best decisions that we can to make sure that you're safe. You need to do your part, and it is important because there is no perfect arrangement out there. There is no perfect situation. It's everybody's decisions that collectively make it as safe as possible, but there's still the chance that there could be an issue with the case or so. So just do your part, and we'll get along as well as we can. Also, in the lunchroom, as of right now, we're going to keep things the same as they are right now. We're not going to make any arrangement or any changes in the arrangement, but that may happen at some point. And also understand that all of the rules, all the expectations, all these changes, this is our best case scenario right now. Understand that it will change. You have to be willing to realize that, because we want to continue to make improvements, and those improvements are based on every situation that's happening, and that's a daily occurrence for some. So I want you to take this seriously, do your part to keep others safe, and I do really appreciate everything that you've done. I have had a great time starting the year with you. I've been really impressed with the way you've managed to get back into that face-to-face learning, and I just want to continue to do that. So please do your part. And if you have any questions after this video, if you could address them to your Oreo teacher, you guys can talk about it. And certainly if you have any questions, you can let me know. Thanks.